You are not worthy to be my son's wife, so divorce him right away.
Yes, I'd love to.
I replied cheerfully to my mother's words. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. My name is Sophia. My husband Matthew and I have been blessed with two beautiful daughters. My daughters grew up healthy and have no complaints about my life. But I have one huge concern, which is my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is an expert bully, obsessed with the idea of being the son and heir. My husband is the eldest of three. He was the first to get married and to have children. Our older daughter was our first grandchild, but
We don't need a girl. Why can't he be a boy when he is the eldest son's wife?
Mom, a child is a gift. There's nothing you can do about it. So don't talk like an ass.
Well, if you say so.
my husband defended me, but my mother wouldn't even hold my daughter. I knew she wanted a boy, but I thought seeing the face of her first grandchild would change things a bit. I never thought it would be this bad. Who are we to be so concerned about girls nowadays? And my mother-in-law's sarcasm escaped me when I gave birth to a second child, a daughter.
It's really disappointing that you have lived in our house and cannot produce an heir. What a useless wife you are. That's why you can't give birth to. If you had a good wife, you'd have. I've given birth to 3 boys.
No. It has nothing to do with that. If she thinks she has a right to say such things, she's out of her mind.
I really wish you had been a boy.
Grandma, I can't be a girl.
You're no good at all, and you're no clever like your mother.
Hey, please, stop it.
What? I was just telling the truth.
My mother-in-law even verbally abused my daughter. I couldn't stand it anymore. I told my husband in tears that I had to go to in-law's house.
She said horrible and hurtful thing, daughters. I can't let our daughters see her anymore.
Okay, I got it. You don't have my parents' house.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand.
To be honest, I didn't want to go at that New Year's gathering, but it's a once-a-year thing, and my husband is the eldest son. So I had no choice. Anyway, I tried not to have anything with my in-laws other than that. But recently, after work and on his way home, my husband goes to his parents' house for any reason he can think of. I was at my peak, even though I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's hard to take my daughters and do all the household chores. I am working tirelessly to take care house and the children, and yet I can't understand why he is staying at his parents' house.
Where's Daddy? Why won't he play with me?
I think he's at Grandma's house.
The girls are getting nervous that isn't home.
You haven't spent time with the girl, have you? She misses you so much. You're a father. You should spend more time with your daughters.
Stop nagging me. I'm trying to defend you from my mom to have a boy, so don't be selfish. It's hard for me to stand between her, and I'm tired from work. Most wives in the world would work with their mothers-in-law. You should be able to do it to begin with.
When I talk to my husband about he gets mad. Is it selfish of me to ask him to sleep with his daughters? What my mother-in-law is doing to my husband and my daughter's situation is the same thing. I began to have bad feelings towards my husband, who would lose his temper over such small things. Then the family gathering came and his parents' house as planned. Every year during New Year's, all the relatives got together. My husband's younger brother passed away recently. My mother-in-law won't let go of her son.
It's a relief that we have an heir. Good boy, you're the heir.
My mother-in-law never treated my dad like that. As long as if is a boy, she is happy.
Now, you wives, get the dishes ready, your job.
My mother-in-law told us to serve the turkey and to pour the drinks, while my mother-in-law, my husband's brothers, and other relatives were enjoying drinking and chatting. We were working on the scene.
And you girls, go to the kitchen and learn how to cook or do something.
It's okay. You don't have to. Stay.
Our daughters were also about to be in the kitchen with my mother-in-law.
I can't believe she doesn't hesitate to say she loves the boys and hates their mother. It's terrible. She treats them like,
Oh, yeah. That's her. It happens all time.
I just couldn't believe my eyes. She was terrible.
Oh, this is your first year, huh? She is, unfortunately.
I'm fed up with her pushing me for a grandchild or an heir. We happen to have a boy, but I don't think it's fair to say that he's cute because he's a boy. She kept telling me to give birth to a boy from the beginning of my pregnancy. She's serious about it, isn't she?
My mother-in-law's attitude has made some wives feel uncomfortable. Having a mother-in-law like this, I can't help but be concerned about our future. The baby boy was cuddled and kissed by each of his relatives. My mother-in-law seemed pleased with it, and she began to bully me as usual.
My second son's wife gave birth to. I'm disappointed that my eldest son useless and can't give birth to it. I don't know why on earth she became of our family.
When she got drunk, she got even more.
She's not the right wife for us. What kind of upbringing did she have can only give birth to girls? You should divorce her and get a new wife.
Mom, what are you talking about?
Well, even if your wife can't have, we're safe now. We have this baby boy. He's not the eldest son, but he's a good boy. I'll have to put up with him.
It's true. I guess I'm more comfort. Daddy, maybe you'll find a new wife here.
Yes, you should.
All the relatives laughed at my mother-in-law and husband's words. Not only my mother-in-law, but even my husband made fun of me. What kind of joke is this? This can't just be a joke because, one, alcohol. I wish my husband would stop fooling and comes to his senses.
That was terrible. Saying stuff like laughed all together is just so unprofessional. Oh my goodness.
Yes, they are all insane. Everyone is.
We're completely pissed off. The three of us decided to have our. And a year passed by, and another new year. As usual, all the relatives gathered at the in-laws' house.
Hey, you. Bring more bottles of wine, start cooking. Girls, go to the kitchen. Hash now. And you, my sweet little boy, look handsome you are. You are the heir of this family.
As usual, my mother-in-law keeps me busy and pushed my daughters into the kitchen, having the grandson by her side, and relatives are happy to see him grow.
The firstborn son's wife is worthy of honor because she can only give birth to a male heir. Why did he marry such a wife? It's a fraud that she can't have a.
My mother-in-law's usual bully has been her son.
You know what? You're not worthy of my son's wife, so divorce her right away. When you're done serving the food, pack your things and leave. You can take your daughters with you, may become an inconvenience to my marriage.
What a sudden declaration. I was surprised by her unexpected visit. It might be a perfect opportunity.
Okay, I'd love to.
I stepped forward and confronted him with divorce papers.
What? You're the one who can't produce her.
Even if it is the case, I am still a wife is a wife. Do you know what it is called when a man has an affair with another woman while he is married? It is called adultery.
I put the envelope in front of him, it to all the relatives.
What? How is this possible?
Inside the envelope was a picture one husband at the scene of the affair. My husband and my mother-in-law roll their eyes. The relatives are in an uproar.
So you are legally responsible for the affair. See you in the court.
What are you talking about? You're the one who can see even give boy. How selfish you are.
The second son's wife, who is also the whole situation, said,
Didn't you have any shame in blatantly favoring the eldest son, especially in an ordinary family with no significant assets? whether it's a boy or girl. Having a healthy baby is the most important and difficult thing to do. Don't you understand that I have 3 children? Well, the men in this family don't that giving birth is a life risk.
The second son's wife stared at her. Then she picked up the son who was by a relative.
I didn't give birth to a child for family. When Matthew has a boy, that baby will be his first child ever. What kind of mother would shut up her children who are being treated like garbage? I can't raise children with a father laughing out when you shouldn't.
The second son's wife also handed divorce papers, and the third son's wife followed.
You may not understand how precious be blessed with a child, but you only love boys and don't give attention to girls. And when your 2 brothers get divided and my turn to get all the bully's mother nagging me to give birth. So I want to insulate ourselves from this house to protect our family. You can choose to divorce me, or you can choose to leave this crazy family on your own.
Wait, what?
The youngest son's wife also served him with divorce papers. The husbands were in a panic with the papers from all 3 wives. All the relatives looking uncomfort, and the mother-in-law trembled with fear.
Don't you guys take everything upon yourselves?
What? Who is the selfish one here? Don't you realize how selfish and inconsiderate we are being? I don't think I can have a proper conversation with you. I'm going to ask for a lawyer, so keep that in mind.
Hey, Sophia,
I'm sure you'll be hearing from me later. We'll talk through to him.
what the hell is going on here?
You only have one choice. You can't choose both this house and me.
No, wait.
We 3 wives left our confused husbands behind and returned to our parents' house. After that, I divorced my husband. My ex-husband came to my parents' house that day. He had left all the housework to me, taking care of his children, and having an affair. So I ended up getting more alimony expected. I noticed the affair when I checked savings account.
What? It's gone?
There was $60,000 in there, and now there. This was something we had discussed as a couple and saved for emergencies. I wanted to believe my intuition, so I requested an investigation immediately. But as a result, I found out that he was having an affair. He took advantage of the fact that my mother-in-law hated me and wanted to divorce me.
Actually, I'm thinking of divorcing.
Great, then I'll kick her out of this for you. It's best to get rid of such a hope.
He didn't know that the money was owned by 2 of us. And then he got caught in the affair. Stupidly, he was. The alimony and child support payments are going to wipe out that savings. The second son's wife also divorced, fighting the case to court. She got custody of their son.
Please don't take my son away from me. My mom told me not to be taken in the air.
What? What did you say?
The second son cried and pleaded at the mediation because he added a few unnecessary, didn't get any visitation with his. They even issued a restraining order him because of the risk of him being away. The youngest brother did a lot of re-childbirth and parenting. He realized how bad the family's tradition was and apologized to his wife.
I'm really sorry. My family was crazy that night. I'm gonna protect my own family husband.
That's how he told his mother, and he did cut a tie. The mother-in-law, ex-husband, and brother are all blaming each other in an ugly fight. The ex-husband and the second son can't afford to pay alimony and child support. They are having a hard life.
Why is this happening to us? Having a baby boy?
It's your fault, Mom. We have to pay alimony and child sup. We're in huge debts.
It's your fault for having an affair.
In the end, my ex-husband and his 6 siblings left their mother. The 2 sons and grandchildren are my ex-mother-in-law, who is now living alone. I had been preparing for my divorce, able to move on smoothly and start life. My ex-husband pays me child support every month. I plan to live a steady life for my daughters.
Mom, we ran a race at daycare today.
Oh, really? I'm sure you must be tired of hearing that.
You are tired from your work too, Mom.
I'm okay, honey. Thank you. All right, eat.
What makes me the happiest now is 6 children's cheerful and smiling face. Using the money from my ex-husband's adulterous partner, we are planning to take our first vacation overseas.